Hey hustlers, in this video we're gonna go over the top 10 entrepreneurial books of all times if you want to succeed, all right? Coming right up. Hey hustlers, Christian here, host of the Hustle Show, where we have amazing, real, no filter conversations with successful entrepreneurs. On today's video, we're gonna go over my favorite life-changing entrepreneurial books of all times, okay? And I hope, you might not agree with some of the books that I'm gonna talk about, and you might agree on the other ones, but again, these are for me the top 10 and the books that have had a great impact in my life and have changed the way I do things or the way I think about motivation and business and entrepreneurship, okay? Let's dig right in. So by far, my number one favorite is going to be Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. On this book, it's amazing the content that he provides. It's truly life-changing. I'm gonna read a couple of sentences that have truly changed in a couple of minutes my entrepreneurial life. Right, this is a small paragraph of the Think and Grow Rich. I'm not gonna do this with every single book, but this is my number one favorite, and I honestly want you to get this book, so I'm going to read something real quick for you. He loaded his soldiers into boats, sailed to the enemy's country, unloaded soldiers and equipment, then gave the order to burn the ships that had carried them. Addressing his men before the first battle, he said, "You see the boats going up in smoke? That means we cannot leave these shores alive unless we win. We now have no choice. We win or we perish." What do you think they happened? They won the battle. So sometimes, sometimes just like this book tells you, sometimes you gotta set yourself to succeed no matter what. There is no plan B, there's no going back. And that is one of the biggest lessons I learned from Think and Grow Rich. Number two, Ask Gary Vee by my huge entrepreneur hero, Gary Vaynerchuk. This is the collection of probably the best questions and answers he's ever given on his show, Ask Gary Vee, where people just call in and they ask questions about social media, management, leadership, entrepreneurship. And on this book, he is not only giving you the questions, but he's answering them to create value to you. So he goes over step-by-step strategies on social media, on how to kill it, on how to crush it, doing this and that. This is a really, really good book. For me, it really created that content strategy and how to create content around a product, around a service provider, around a business, so that rather than pushing and trying to sell something hardcore, you rather pull your audience providing content and then they will reach out to you. That strategy came out from this amazing book. Number three, The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. Not that you care, but this is actually 405 pages, so it's pretty long, but it's very, very fun to read. I just haven't had a chance. I'm probably three quarters down the road, but it's life-changing to see how successful people think, how to create that overseas team, how to delegate properly, how to create a work life like Tim Ferriss did. He shares his story of how he went from making $40,000 in a year and working 80 hours a week, all the way to working 4 hours a week, making $40,000 a month. So this is a truly life-changing story. How he shares it and all the step-by-step strategies that he proposes are really amazing. You should definitely check this one out. On number four, Rich Dad Poor Dad. This is, and I apologize, this copy is in Spanish. I actually read this. I actually bought this in an ebook and I read it on my iPad. So later on, I got this as a gift, but I got the Spanish version. Okay, so I apologize for that. But the content is the same. I actually did not read it in Spanish. I read it in English. And this book it's amazing as far as all these strategies of how millionaires think, on how rich people teach their kids and their children how to be successful and how to think about money, compared to how the working class thinks and how they teach their kids lessons about money. Okay, this is a really, really good book. It doesn't matter what situation you are, even if you're broke, this will change your mind and will get you out of the rabbit hole real fast. Number five, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. This book is very, very controversial, and let me tell you why. So it was written 10 years ago. It came out right after they developed The Secret movie, which is sort of like a documentary, came along with the book and a couple other products around the movie. But it was very controversial because A lot of people think that the book is misleading you to believe that just by wishing things and just by sitting in your couch and just thinking about that brand new Lamborghini, you're gonna get it in a few months or in a few weeks or in a few days, depending on how on what do you wanna, what's your approach. Although I agree that it's not how life works, and just by wishing things, you're definitely not gonna get them. I think it's a really good read to change you from being very negative all the way to being positive, to enjoy every single day, to know how to set up goals, how to work towards your goals, and how successful people do it. On this book, they go over examples of how people were able to just change their mindset and believe in themselves, and they were able to achieve big things in health, money, business, and all sorts of things. So I truly recommend you check this book out. And you might as well just check the movie. I believe I saw it on Netflix, so it should be on Netflix. If not, you could just Google it and buy it on Amazon or something. Number 6, I think I'm gonna lose the count here. The 10 Pillars of Wealth by Alex Becker. Alex Becker is a huge tech entrepreneur. He's built several software companies. I actually personally admire him, and I've taken several of his courses and bought several of his software as I was doing SEO and when I started my SEO agency. But the lessons that he goes over in here are truly priceless and truly valuable. Okay, he teaches you basically how to identify what a good business model is versus a business model that is not going to take you anywhere, how to grow and scale a business, and how to identify different paths and different ways to achieve your goals. And not only that, but it also helps you to create strategies on setting up goals and the step-by-step on how to achieve those goals. So this is a really, really good book if you're trying to come up with a new strategy, or you're trying to start a business, or knowing how to expand your small little business or side hustle. This is a must-read book. You really, really should check it out. And before we go over the 7th book, I'm just gonna mention, I'm gonna put a link in the comments if you wanna join our book club, where I personally share my favorite entrepreneurial books. We only share valuable books that we know are gonna change your life as it changed ours. So if you wanna just join the club, click on the link below in the description box and just join the club. I mean, we're gonna go over not only the 10, but we're gonna keep on adding every single week at least a book. Either we read it or somebody that is trustworthy to us recommended a book. Okay, let's keep going. Number 7. On number 7, we have the Lean Startup by Eric Ries. On this book, you're basically going to learn how startups think and how they develop this creative mindset, how to identify, because a lot of people think that a small business is a startup, which is not. Startup does not need to be small or big. It needs to have a certain mentality and a certain ways to do things. And that's what this book is all about. So if you are planning on starting a startup, or you're already in a startup and wanting to expand and grow and test and optimize, this book has all the secrets and all the hidden strategies that you need to know before you move forward. Okay, so definitely check it out for startups. Next on the list is The Like Switch by Jack Schaefer. This book is written by a former FBI agent that was in charge of negotiating and winning people over to do whatever he wanted to do, and not in a bad sense, but he wanted to negotiate, or he wanted an answer real fast and get the other person to confess or to do something for them. Jack was the pro in this, okay? And in this book, he shares all his secrets, all the tips and tricks that you can apply right away to win people over and make them your friends in a few minutes, okay? This type of tricks are the ones that I apply when I travel, and I kid you not, there's countless times that I've got car rental upgrades or seat upgrades in my travels, or simply just getting a discount when paying for certain things. It doesn't matter what you get out of it, but it's truly amazing the way that he connects with people and how he's able to create that instant connection with people. And if you're a leader or if you're an entrepreneur, this must be something that you must be good at, okay? You should be extremely good in communication and connecting with other people, and this book is perfect for you. Moving forward to the next book, we have Unlimited Power, The New Science of Personal Achievement by Tony Robbins. This was probably one of the very first books I read about Tony Robbins, and again, I don't have the book physically because I read it on ebook. That's one of the reasons why I moved from buying ebooks to moving the physical books, because I forget which ones I read. I cannot go back and look for them because I don't even know where they were, what app I used to buy the ebook. But you know, it's up to you. If you want to get an ebook, you want to get a physical book, your call. But anyway, so Tony Robbins on this book, he talks about all the myths that are behind millionaire mindsets and how to think like a millionaire. And not only that, but it also helps you to find that truly inner desire that you have and how to achieve it, how to create a strategy to get to where you want to go. But you must know where you want to go first, right? So I know it makes sense. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I kid you not, there's thousands of people that don't know where they want to go. And the last but not least, number 10 is going to be my own book that you can get a free copy. It's a free ebook that I can email it to you. I'm going to put the link in the description as well. And this is 99 quotes to think like a millionaire. On this book, I went through my favorite 99 quotes from rich and successful people, and I share them with you, and I give you an explanation of how or what you should be applying out of that quote. Because it's not about how many words there's in a quote, it's the thought behind it and how it should be already changing your life just by hearing it, just by reading it, okay? So if you want to download my free book, just click the link below the video in the description box. And I hope you enjoy all those quotes and all the time and effort I put into building that ebook for you. Anywho, without further ado, thank you so much for watching today's video. I suggest you subscribe to our channel. We're constantly, almost every day posting new motivational videos for you, either conversations and chats we have with other successful entrepreneurs, or we put resources out there, free courses, books, things like that. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're always in the looks for the next great book or to stay motivated in your field, definitely subscribe to the channel, guys. I would really appreciate it. And if you have any book recommendations that you think I should check out and that I should read, please leave a comment below. I would truly accept any recommendations. I'm always looking for new books that can change my life in a good way. So if you have one of those, just drop it in the comments. Even if you are the author, drop it in the comments and I will definitely get a copy and start reading it. And I will love to share my feedback again on another video, all right? Talk to you soon, guys.
Guys, thanks so much for tuning in to the Hustle Show audio experience. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And even if you didn't, make sure you subscribe to the podcast right now. It's still free. Visit thehustleshow.co for all the show notes and to watch the video experience of this episode. We'll see you soon.